Hi guys, Giselle Trujillo here, and I haven't gone on Instagram for a while. I've been so busy trying to get ready for my little overland expedition with my son. Whoever wants to caravan with us is more than welcome to. Um, I'm not just doing this just for fun, of course. I'm doing this with a mission. And for my company, We Are the World Project, um, which you can read briefly about at wearetheworldproject.com. And we are traveling for a mission, and the mission I came up with was education through cultural exchange for a healthier tomorrow. Obviously, there's so much going on in our planet right now, especially with the way our children are being used and abused and used for all sorts of crazy stuff. Um, I am a recent mom, and my son is now almost 5 years old, so I wanted to create a space amongst the saturated mass markets, a space that was both safe for children and families and adults. My project is very much about cultural unity, learning about other cultures, and appreciating others that we actually live on this planet with. We're never alone. In the USA, it's hard to, unless you travel and you've traveled a lot, then you understand that it can become a very tight bubble. And that we can feel kind of like we're it and we're very isolated in the United States. But quite honestly, when I leave this country, I realize just how amazing our planet truly is. And I was born in Dominican Republic, and I came to this country when I was 8 and a half. So that was a long time ago. A very long time ago. I arrived in this country in 1982, December, and it was so fascinating, and I love the fact that I've been able to experience so many different cultures from around the world, not only from being in the United States, but also from crossing oceans and flying to different countries and living in different countries at a time. So, that's what We Are the World Project is about. It turns out to be just that. We're about, bringing any and every culture. It doesn't matter. Actually, at this point, I'm inviting all beings, all species, anyone who is interested in, being part of this core project and synergy. We're really a synergy. We're about respecting other cultures, other religions, and coming together as one. We Are the World Project. Like when I tell you, this name is very special to me, and when I tell you how it was developed and where it came from, no one would actually believe me. And I'm telling you, the beings from the moon gave me that name back in 2018. Okay, so no, 2000 and not 18. Nope, it wasn't 2018. It was actually 2014. 2014, I think it was. Yeah. And I've been trying to do something with it for the longest time, and for the many years I've been entertaining what to do, and finally last year I decided to really do something special with it, and it changed. It changed from like a global expedition of just cultures, but because all this insanity is going around with children right now, I really wanted to give this space for children and for families who are interested in really hardy information, education, through cultural exchange, meaning, hey, there's other ways of learning. It's not just learning from an educational facility or a facility that has to be controlled by the government, well, we can also learn from each other. Any culture. There's cultures everywhere. There's millions of cultures on this planet. And I say millions because each city has its own culture. Each state has its own culture. Each community has its own culture. So as you can see, the world culture is very broad, and it just means coming together as a group. I think to make a culture, it's safe to say that maybe you don't only need one, you need two people. So you need a person who is the driving force and a person that comes together with another person to create a bigger impact. So I think that's what creates a culture. For me, this is very important. I'm very multicultural. I've been very multicultural since I was, I think, born. And since I came to this country, I really realized just the diversity there is in this planet and in this world and in the United States. So with that said, my son and I have been trying to leave this country for the past few years. It's been impossible for many reasons. First the pandemic, and then this whole kid situation, and then well, my expedition vehicle, I couldn't decide on what I wanted. I kept my own personal vehicle, which I am going to be using for the purpose of overlanding. I've been gearing up for it. We own an auto repair shop, so we've been doing a lot of corrections and fixing and small modifications here and there to support our overland expedition. So I've also decided that I'm going to start right here in our backyard, in our home of the United States. So first I was planning to go to Florida, hit all the southern states, which is something I've always wanted to do. I mean, I've been to Florida, I've been to Nevada, Arizona, California, Texas once, but there's so much more I want to see. Like, I've been going to Florida my whole entire life, and and going on the 90, going from New York and New Jersey on the 95 South. I decided to take the back roads. My son and I did an actual we did a, what do you call that, we did a test run last year in August, Mateo and I, and we went for 13 days, and our goal was to just go from New Jersey all the way to Florida and go to Florida and all the southern states. Well, unfortunately, we spent a lot of time in Virginia. I actually found out that Virginia is one of the most beautiful states, filled with really kind, interesting people from all walks of life. And I also found out the state itself is so green and beautiful. But we would have never known that if we would just hop on the New Jersey Turnpike and 95 South all the way. Like, that's not really a road trip anymore. That just becomes a toll and a money pit. So I encourage, part of We Are the World Project is that we want to encourage drivers and overlanders and road trippers and campers. We want to encourage people to shut off on the options on your Google Maps is what I'm using, even though I have plenty of printed maps in my car. Thanks to AAA. They give you these complimentary maps, and I've been using them forever. I don't leave home without a road map. I really don't. It's like essential. My car's never been empty of a road map or an atlas. I just don't trust the technology that much. But I can tell you that if you don't shut off your options on your Google Maps, if you don't shut off tolls, if you need to disable the tolls, and you need to disable highways. Highways are okay because sometimes you want to lessen your trip a little bit, so you go on the highway. But I've learned to go off the tolls, and once you click on off, once you disable the tolls, you will realize that there's another world hidden behind the pavement. There's another world hidden behind the main traffic, the mass traffic, and you will realize that outside of paying just to be more direct, you can actually take similar roads without paying, so you save money, you save on dangerous people. Speeding on these major highways is very dangerous. And not only that, the main benefit of going off-road like that is that, you know, you're learning about cute little towns, quaint little towns. You're learning about different little cultures, and you're coming across like a different energy of people. It's not that one that's always rushing, but these are like, you're going through like little roads, little mountains, and it was so fascinating just to see, just to feel that, like, the United States is pretty much alive, you know, like there's more than meets the eye. And after all my years of road tripping and traveling, you know, this is something I wanted to be part of We Are the World project. I wanted to promote, like, hey, not only do promoting go out there more, not only promoting to self-educate through cultural exchange, to go and meet new cultures, go interact, go learn about new places. I'm not only encouraging that, I'm also encouraging, you know, get off the main road, the main highways a little bit, and really experience what little towns are about, and see what's behind it all, right? So that's also what We Are the World project is about. And also, because we're not like social media influencers or anything like that, you know, I'm doing this with a purpose. At the end of our 10-year global expedition, I will be printing and publishing a book, self-publishing. So that's the whole goal. So we want to hit those. We want to drive and experience and stop over in some places that otherwise we would have never visited. And when I had my business years ago, many years ago, like back in the early 2000s, you know, we had a very lucrative business, and we traveled pretty much up and down mid-east, north coast, as far as to Canada. You know, we used to travel, and my other, we used to travel a lot, and we used to fly around, we used to travel and road trips a lot. And I realized just how fun it was, because at that time, the only thing that was available were the AAA maps and MapQuest. That's it. That's all we had available for going on the road and stuff like that. None of this PDA, cell phone stuff was never on there. So we had to actually go in, type the address, find the location. If someone gave us the wrong address, forget it. It would be like we would never show up, and we would drive long hours and not get there. So things have changed. I've seen the transition, and I've seen the changes and the improvements. And the fact is, like, it's so easy. It is so easy to just go anywhere. But I don't always trust technology, especially with Google. I like Google, but Google has a tendency to send you like they have a tendency of sending you the commercial routes. Have you guys ever experienced that, where you type something and like all of a sudden you're on the most commercial route to get there, and it's all shopping? So I've noticed that, and I can't stand it, because that's not where I want to be. I want to be on the side of the road. I want to be experiencing different beautiful places. I don't want to be in the commerce, you know, like that. So anyways, that's what We Are the World project is kind of about. It's mostly about also my son. I want him to have, I think being a mother has brought me great responsibilities. Even though I've always been a responsible woman, this is a different level of responsibility. Like, you're responsible for another human. So all parents and people who didn't even bear children but have been taking care of children that they love, nieces and nephews, grandchildren, whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about. For me, the biggest gift I can leave my son is, you know, let him know that our world is not only America, that our world is beyond that, that there's millions of cultures, thousands of countries out there that he can enjoy, experience, you know, and to prepare him for that, prepare him for his future. I want my son to, he's doing all the school stuff. I homeschool my kid. So he's learning kind of like I'm using like the Japanese system, where it's kind of like organic, let's just say. And he is probably one of the most intelligent, brilliant kids that I know. Not because he's my child, but he is truly brilliant. Like, he's highly intelligent, and I could not be more proud of that. So I said to my son, honey, I don't have to put you in school at the moment. So everywhere we go, I kind of call it school. I said, we're going to school today, and he goes and plays with his friends. We're going to school today. He goes to the swimming pool. He kind of thinks that school is like this really fun environment, and I kind of like purposely made it like that. So I still give him like little tests here and there, little written exams. He knows how to write all his 5 names. He knows how to write his numbers. He knows his numbers from 1 to 100, even some in the hundreds to thousands. He knows like all this stuff. He knows his alphabet in both languages. Even I'm teaching him a little bit French. We're learning together. And I also try to teach him a little Arabic here and there. I teach him whatever I know. I teach my son. And I think that's the best way of doing it. I think there's no better school than that, and also he's learning manners. I mean, my son knows how to make the bed. He knows how to cook a little bit. His father and I have taught him how to cook quite a bit. He knows how to go food shopping. He knows a lot of things. He knows how to clean. He knows how to mop, sweep. He knows how to wash hand clothes. My son knows how to do pretty much everything that I've learned how to do in my life. I'm just giving it to him. So if I had to kind of put something like an educational system together, it would be that kind of system. It's learning through observation. It will be this kind of system where you observe something, you learn how to do it. So he knows how to speak with adults, older people. It's like kids. And he doesn't know any difference. My son doesn't know anything about color. He just the other day asked me, Mom, you're darker than me. And I said, yes, I am. I am darker than you. And you're lighter than me. And he's like, oh, cool. He doesn't know anything about, he doesn't know he's not in that space. He's not in that system where they teach him, oh, Asians are this, Africans are this, Latinos are this, or Hispanics. He doesn't know any different. He just knows that we're all humans, and he knows that we're all one, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. And I think I've done a good job at it. My son knows no color boundaries. He doesn't know any cultural boundaries. He just thinks we're all same, blah, And I think that's the way it should be, in a way. So that's what We Are the World project is about. I wanted to kind of put that together out there for you guys to understand where we're heading into. Is it scary? No, not really. Hence, we're starting here in the USA right now. Am I worried? No, I'm not worried. I mean, we're still in the USA. We're planning to go to Alaska. I'm a little bit worried about that because I've been researching little horror stories here and there. But then again, there are horror stories everywhere. So, with that said, do you guys have any advice for me? This will be a very big and long overlanding expedition for us. Like I said, this is a 10-year expedition. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to endure the 10 years just like that, but we are taking off probably in the next 2 weeks, and once we're off, like we're gone. We're going to be all over the USA. So I'm thinking northern states first, including Alaska, a little bit of Canada, and then southern states, and maybe come back home for a month, then reset again, head back down the coast, or export our vehicle to Europe. Anyway, guys, these are the plans that I wanted to share. I know I'm nothing to a lot of people, so it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to be famous. I'm not trying to do that. I could have done that a long time ago. I'm not trying to be a social influencer. Could have done that a long time ago. I'm not here to feed the masses. I could have done that a long time ago. Everything could have been done. Everything has been done. But this is a special project for me. And I encourage all of you just to kind of like check out our project, see if you like it, give me some feedback. Keep in mind that this is open to everyone, all cultures, religions. There are no boundaries here. The only thing I do ask of you all is that you make We Are the World Project a very respectful place. That's all I can ask. All I ask is that you keep it respectful, that we respect one another, and that, you know, that's all I can ask for. So aside from that, I just wanted to kind of update you guys. It's been a rough couple of years trying to get ourselves out there. My son is a little older now. Like I said, he's almost 5. So we did our test run. That was very successful. And now we're ready to head out. So if you guys have any advice, we are heading from New Jersey through Pennsylvania. And I think we want to head up to Michigan. I've never been to Michigan. I want to visit Michigan, North Dakota. I've been to Chicago a couple of times. I want to bring my son there because it's a fun city. So we're going to be in that neck of the woods. I think we're going to hit all the northern states and cut from Washington through Canada for a little bit and then into Alaska. So guys, any advice about this northern states overlanding experience we're about to embark? I need advice. I'm not scared. I just want to know. I'm tired of going on YouTube and researching everything. I want to hear from also real deal people who live in these areas. Any areas we should avoid. Give me advice. I love it. And I will respond to you guys as much as I can, as fast as I can. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful Sunday. I'm trying to be give you guys a little social media, but you guys know I am not into this whole social media thing. I'm not gonna lie, I like going on there and checking out some profiles that I think are very fun and interesting and make some fun comments and stuff. But for me, myself, it's just so much work, and it's a real commitment, which I'm not interested in. So I do once in a while want to post some things during our trip and our travels, and I would love for you guys to engage. That's all I can ask for, is if you believe in We Are the World Project and you believe in my mission, all I want is for you to, you don't even have to follow me or anything, but just kind of like it. Give us some feedback, and share some comments. We love that. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Stay blessed and be good and do good unto others, okay? It's a sick world out there right now, and the sick world is being supported by a lot of elites and a lot of government people and communities, but we as good humans, we have to stick together, and we have to do good things by one another. It's all we've got. We only have each other, right? You and I cannot leave planet Earth. We cannot. So until then, we need to really respect each other and really come clean and be respectful and loving and caring and be as honest and truthful as possible, because I know I can't leave. People committing all kinds of crimes and doing all kinds of crazy shenanigans. You can't leave planet Earth, brother or sister. You can't leave. You cannot leave this planet. So why go through the headache and nonsense and disgust of misleading others, treating others unkindly, stealing, hurting, killing, murdering? Why do all that stuff? You can't leave. You're only going to go to jail, and you're going to be miserable. So I encourage those people, I encourage people who are a little bit evil, and I encourage people who are a little bit evil and not nice and have this evil heart inside of them. You don't have to worship anyone. You could just sit by yourself and pray to God and thank God that you are alive, and ask God to help you become a better human, a better person. Bettering humanity is the only footprint we want to kind of leave behind. We don't want to be known as the trashy humans, you know. We want to be leaving something good behind. So for those of you who are watching my video right now and you have like this evil energy to you, but you don't know how to hack it, simply just right this moment, you know, you just sit down and you breathe and you ask God for forgiveness. You ask God for forgiveness. God, all gods are good and they're gonna hear you. The gods are good if you're in the positive space. That's all I have to say. You just take a deep breath and you become to have faith, and you just say, you know, God, thank you for keeping me alive after all the bad crap that I've done, and I want to become a better human being. It's so much easier to be a better person than a bad person. It's so much easier to be a good, wholesome human being than being an evil person. When you're an evil person, there's so much lies, deceit, cheating. There's so many elements that make your job even 100 times harder. So just surrender. Be a good human. Do good things. It's easy. It's so easy. It's wonderful. And you spread this good synergy, you know. Anyways, I kind of went off track a little bit. But this is what We Are the World Project is about. It's about being a good human and doing good unto others and respecting thy neighbors. I'm not preaching religion because I'm not a religious person, but I'm a believer in God, and I'm a believer of great positive energy. So that's all I can spread. I can't spread the Bible because I haven't studied really the Bible. I can't spread any religion because I am not religious. I believe that there is God. I believe that there's a wonderful energy out there, and I believe that God is not only the liaison but the larger power out there that we will never it's untouchable. It's untouchable, and that's all you need to know. So I hope this explains a little bit about what We Are the World Project and where we're heading. Our direction is very positive, is very good. Education through cultural exchange, which goes well with my future plans of printing a book, doing some really good, accurate and factual literature for both children, families, for anyone who wants to enjoy that space, you know. And yeah, these are hard times for our planet Earth, and every good grain amounts to a mountain. So let's take it day by day. Life is wonderful, don't forget, and let's do good things. And I hope that you guys support me on any level, you know, really on the level of intelligence, of sharing information, you know, that I'm not asking for much. Okay guys, thank you so much. I hope you're all well. Anyone that's going through anything, write to me. Anyone that's gonna be up in that neck of the woods where we're traveling and wants to join us along the way, follow, join us. Not really follow, because, you know, this is We Are the World Project, right? So we are all in this together. Who wants to join our mission, join our project, expedition, you're all welcome. Just send me your information, and we'll take it from there. All right, guys, much love to you all. Be well, be happy, and spread the goodness. Mwah. Love you. Ciao.